Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Prabhupada, Jaya Prabhupada, Jaya Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva, Guru Deva, Jaya Guru Deva. Om अज्ञानतिमिरान्धस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरोन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरुवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्य मनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपः कदा मह्यं ददान्ति स्वपदान्तिकं वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरु श्रीयुतः पदकमलं श्रीगुरुर्वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगण रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेव श्रीराधा कृष्णपादा सहगण ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितंश्च हे कृष्णा करुणा सिन्धु दीनाबन्धु जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिका कांता राधा कांता नमस्ते तप्त कांचना गौरांगी राधे वृंदावनेश्वरी वृषभानुस्तुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिय जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद नमो विष्णुपादाय कृष्ण प्रेष्ठाय भूतले श्रीमते भक्ति वेदांत स्वामिन इति नामिने नमस्ते सरस्वती देव गौरवाणी प्रचारिणी निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणी हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे 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 कृष्णा dear devotees, welcome back to our Sri Chaitanya Charitamrita session, weekly sessions. Today we'll be continuing to read from Madhya Lila chapter 23rd, verse number 64 onwards. We will read. One minute, let me check. I'll share my screen. Right. Yeah, 64 onwards. So the title of the chapter is Life's Ultimate Goal, and here in detailed explanation it is given how the devotees experience the love of God in various rasas. When the devotees are situated in different rasas, how they realize or reciprocate with the love of Krishna, how they experience the love of Krishna, and how Krishna also reciprocates with them. So it's a very deep subject, and for us as sadhakas, it is more of a purifying procedure, and it is more of understanding the glories of the Lord, the supremacy of the Lord. We do not have to use our limited, narrow brains to actually dissect the loving exchanges between the devotees and Lord Shri Krishna. That we don't have to do, but nonetheless, we can realize and appreciate that. What is the level of depth of love they have for the Supreme Lord, and in our limited situation, on in our sadhana bhakti, how we can develop, deepen our love for Lord Shri Krishna. So now we are in the 64th, we'll read the verse, and most of it we may not understand so much. Nonetheless, we'll read it, go through it, and we'll proceed. We may not get down and stop so much for its understanding. Mataji, Shobha Mataji, 64.
प्रणाम माता जी, हरि बोल।
Hare Krishna.
हरिरथ गोस्वामी की जय, श्रील प्रपात की जय। राधिका के अपूर्व रागा प्रसिद्ध प्रभाषा माने प्रेम वैचित्र्य श्रीधाश्रमे महिषी गाने। ट्रांसलेशन पे ऐसी भक्ति वेदांत प्रपादा श्रील प्रपात की जय। Of the four kinds of separation, three, Purva Raga, Pravasha, and Mana, are celebrated in Srimati Radharani and the Gopis. In Dwaraka, among the queens, feeling of prema Vaichitya are very prominent. Haribol.
So
Thank you, Mata.
we know the gopis are situated with the Parakiya rasa, with the Madhurya Lila, it's also called, with the Supreme Lord Krishna, and Mahishi Gana, the queens of Dwaraka. They are like the Lakshmi Devis, and they are situated in the Swakiya rasa. So the kind of love they experience with Lord Shri Krishna is much different. And theoretically, what we little understand is, see, we know that Radharani has mana with the mana means a kind of showing of anger to the lover, like that. So we have in Barsana, we have the Man Mandir where Radharani gets angry and she goes and sits there, and Krishna actually sits and at her lotus feet and tries to pacify her for very long time, and then very long time ke baad Radharani agrees, and then they have a very happy moment together. And then we have the more kuti also, and where Radha and Krishna, there was situation, and again Radharani gets angry. That anger is called mana. Mana means a mood, a different mood altogether in that anger. There is no selfishness also in that. And then to pacify her, he dresses up as a peacock, and Radharani also dresses up herself as peahen. So they have danced together. So all these are pastimes which are there, which have been happened in the Vrindavan Barsana areas. So point what to say is, that typically it is mentioned here as Purva Raga, Pravasa and Mana are celebrated in Srimati Radharani, that is in the Madhurya Bhav. It is the topmost of the rasa reciprocation with the Supreme Lord, topmost of the mellows, devotional mellow, and the devotional mellow experienced by the queens of Dwaraka are mentioned here as Prema Vaichitya. Arun Gupta Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam.
Dandavats.
Kurarivilapsi tvam vitan nidranaseshe swapiti jagati ratriam ishvaro gupta bodha vayam eva sakhi kachid gadha nirvidha chetah nalina nayana hasodara lilikshitena. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. My dear friend Kurari, it is now night and Lord Shri Krishna is sleeping. You yourself are not asleep or resting but are lamenting. Should I presume that you, like us, are affected by the smiling, liberal, playful glances of lotus-eyed Krishna? If so, your heart is deeply pierced. Is that why you are showing these signs of sleepless lamentation? Purport. This verse from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 90, Text 15, was spoken by Lord Krishna's queens. Although they were with Krishna, they were still thinking of losing his company. Hare Krishna
Something
Mataji.
typical of the Vipralamba Bhava, and but the Vipralamba Bhava experienced by the gopis or Srimati Radharani in Vrindavan is of the topmost level. And here also, although Krishna was with them, he was next to them only. They kind of experience that situation of separation with the Krishna, and they get into a deep emotions of what they would feel if Krishna was not there. Something like that. Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Dandavat Pranam. Vrajendra Nandana Krishna Nayaka Shiromani Nayikara Shiromani Radha Thakurani. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki Jai. Lord Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead, who appeared as the son of Nanda Maharaja, is the supreme hero in all dealings. Similarly, Srimati Radharani is the topmost heroine in all dealings. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Next, Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Nayakanam Chiro Ratnam कृष्ण कृष्णस्तु भगवान् स्वयं यत्र नित्यातया सर्वे विराजन्ते महागुणः. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna is the supreme personality of Godhead himself, and he is the crown jewel of all heroes. In Krishna, all transcendental good qualities are permanently situated. Perfect. This verse is also found in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.1.17. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare. Next one. Lalita Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण जी.
Yes.
देवी कृष्णमयी प्रोक्त राधिका पर देवता सर्वलक्ष्मीमयी सर्व कांति संमोहिनी परा. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The transcendental goddess Srimati Radharani is the direct counterpart of Lord Shri Krishna. She is the central figure for all the goddesses of fortune. She possesses all the attraction to attract the all attractive personality of Godhead. She is the primeval internal potency of the Lord. Perfect. This text is found in the Brihad Gautamiya Tantra. For an explanation, see Adi Lila 4.83 to 95. Hare
So
Krishna.
here, because the deep ecstasies of Madhurya Lila has been explaining, has come. So Krishna Kaviraj Goswami again goes to different literatures to to showcase the position, to highlight the position of Srimati Radharani. And we all know that Srimati Radharani is the personification of the Hladini potency or the internal ecstasy potency of Lord Shri Krishna. That is part of Krishna only. His internal ecstasy potency in a personality form is Srimati Radharani. So in one way, she is not different from Lord Shri Krishna, and in other way, because she is his ecstasy's personal potency, personality form. So all the entire it is full of only ecstasy. It is only rasa bharita because she is Lord Krishna's ecstasy personified. It is. So that way, and so she is all attractive, all beautiful, and she is able to conquer Krishna himself because she is personification of the internal rasa, the internal potency of Lord Shri Krishna. Sudha Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी प्रणाम. अनंत कृष्णे रघुण चौसती अनंत कृष्णे रघुण चौसती प्रधान एक एक गुण शुनि जुड़ाय भक्त कान. Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The transcendental qualities of Lord Krishna are unlimited. Out of these, 64 are considered prominent. The ears of the devotees are satisfied simply by hearing all these qualities one after another.
If you
Thank you,
remember,
Mataji.
actually it had already come in the Chaitanya Charitamrita. Otherwise, also it is present in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu. That where it explains that the qualities of Krishna are like the waves in the ocean. Nobody can count. But nonetheless, Rupa Goswami has listed 64 of the topmost qualities. And then again, it has been listed another 5 qualities that we have done: chanting, association, reading of the Srimad Bhagavatam, Mathura Vas, that is, then we had discussed that Dham Vas is nothing but making a home also like Dham, and deity worship. And we discussed elaborately why deity worship. Deity worship purifies one's consciousness, so it is important to engage in deity worship. So it is 64 qualities, may again 5 topmost qualities, and if one engages in at least one of those 5 qualities, also he can make his life perfect. So here, the 64 qualities are again listed. Who wants to read? Arun Udapur, yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji. अयं नेतसूरम्यान्कः सर्वसल्लक्षणान्वितः रुचिरस्तेजसयुक्तो बलीयान् वयसान्वितः. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna, the supreme hero, has the most beautiful transcendental body. This body possesses all good features. It is radiant and very pleasing to the eyes. His body is powerful, strong, and youthful. Purport this verse and the following 6 verses are also found in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.1.23 to 29. Hare Krishna.
Lalita Mataji.
You called out my name, Mataji?
Yes, yes, yes.
I didn't hear you. Sorry, Mataji. Hare Krishna. Vividadbhutam bhashavid satyavakya priyam vadah vava dukkha su pandityo buddhiman pratibhanvitah. Translation by Sri Krishna Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna is the linguist of all wonderful languages. He is a truthful and very pleasing speaker. He is expert in speaking and he is a very wise, learned scholar and a genius. Hare Krishna.
Whatever great qualities we find in this world, whoever he is a content creator, a content speaker, or a writer, or a linguistic, or beautiful, any qualities we see, they can only be a very small amsha of what Krishna is. Krishna is the superset of all the qualities that ever exist. But we are drawing a portion, a very small portion of one or many qualities, and some in between us only, some have a little more degree of one particular quality, so he is considered as topmost in this material world. But when it compared to Krishna, he is negligible. So every quality is fullest. Krishna is the expert, he is the most beautiful. Everything that exists in Krishna's world also, because it is existing in Krishna's world, we are getting a chance to experience some or all of it in this material world. Whatever we see is just the reflection. So if there is no source, then there is no question of reflection. We cannot have a reflection when there is nothing that is existing. We cannot have a reflection beyond what is existing. So since this material world itself is perverted, a reflection of the spiritual world, so whatever we see here is nothing but it's in its original form, it's existing in Krishna's world. Sudha Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी प्रणाम।
Yes, yes.
विदग्धश्चतुरो दक्षः कृतज्ञः सुदृढव्रतः देशकाल सुपात्रज्ञः शास्त्रचक्षुः Translation by Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna is very expert in artistic enjoyment. He is highly cunning, expert, grateful, and firmly determined in his vows. He knows how to deal according to time, person, and country. And he sees through the scriptures and authoritative books. He is very clean and self-controlled. Thank you, Mataji.
So many things we have to learn from Krishna only. Actually, is very firmly determined in his vows. He knows how to deal according to time, person, and country. Sometimes we do the wrong things at wrong times, and we get regret, and then we get into a different cycle altogether. So he's very clean, self-controlled. So all that in small or big proportions, we all human beings share. Not everybody has everything, but whatever who has is present in Krishna. Krishnamurti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
स्थिरोदनः क्षमा श्रीलो गम्भीरो धर्तिमान् समः वदन्यो धार्मिकः सुरः कारुणो मन्यमनाकृतो. Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Lord Krishna is steady. His senses are controlled, and he is forgiving, grave and calm. He is also equal to all. Moreover, he is magnanimous, religious, chivalrous, and kind. He is always respectable to the respectable people. Hare Krishna Mataji.
Right. Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
दक्षिणो विनयी श्रीमान् शरणागतपालकः सुखी भक्तसुहृत्प्रेमा वश्य सर्वशुभङ्करः. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna is very simple and liberal. He is humble and bashful, and he is the protector of the surrendered souls. He is very happy and he is always the well-wisher of his devotees. He is all auspicious and he is submissive to love. Hare Krishna.
Padma Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी
Hare Krishna.
तथापि कीर्तिमान् रक्ता लोक साधु समाश्रया नारी गण मनोहरी सर्वाराध्या समृद्धिमान. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada teaches, Krishna is very influential and famous, and he is the object of attachment for everyone. He is a shelter of good and the virtuous. He is attractive to the minds of women, and he is worshipped by everyone. He is very rich. Very rich. Thank you, Mataji.
So also here continuous glorification of Sri Krishna is happening, and we while reading it really meditate more than because all these terminologies we have heard, but the all these qualities in its fullest extent is present in Krishna. So his object of so Krishna, one meaning of Krishna is one who attracts everybody. So that also means Krishna. So here it is mentioned that also. Chandana Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी.
Yes.
वारियानीश्वरश्चेति गुणास्तास्यानुकीर्तिताः समुद्रा इव पञ्चाशात् दुर्विगाः हरेरमी. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Krishna is the supreme and he is always glorified as the supreme lord and controller. Thus, all the previously mentioned transcendental qualities are in him. The 50 qualities of the Supreme Personality of Godhead mentioned above are as deep as an ocean. In other words, they are difficult to fully comprehend. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
See, now we should understand that uh, now Krishna's qualities are unlimited. See, the 64 Krishna's qualities are unlimited, of which 64 are considered as prominent like that. Now we human beings have up to 50 qualities in very, 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 very minute portions. Now Brahma has those 50 qualities in its full. So he's he's like Lord, but he is not Lord. He's Jiva Shakti only, but he has those 50 qualities in full. And we humans, we have among that 50 qualities, some we may have, we may not have also, and if we have also, we have in very negligible qualities, quantity. So we, because we are all in the Jiva Shakti, human being category. Now, out of 64, 50, so 50 human beings also have, Krishna also has. Because total 64, out of this, that this 50 we have, but in very dot quantities. And Krishna has it in full. Now, 50 to 55, we don't have. But Lord Shiva has. Lord Shiva has that 50 to 55 numbers, we do not have at all. And Lord Shiva has, so he's Shiva Tattva altogether. 55 to 60, Lord Narayana has. And there is no question of we having or Lord Shiva is having. Lord Narayana has. And 60 to 64, the last four special qualities, only Krishna has. So that way Krishna stands out. He has all the 64 in full, but something even in dot we don't have. That is from 50 to 64, nothing. We don't have anything of that. But whatever we have is also very minute in quantity. So here what is said, the 50 qualities of the Supreme Lord mentioned above are as deep as ocean. Those 50 qualities are as deep as an ocean. In other words, they are difficult to fully comprehend. Sure, Manjuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
जीवेष्येत वासन्तो अपि बिन्दु बिन्दुथाया क्वचित् परिपूर्णतया भान्ति तत्रैव पुरुषोत्तमे. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. These qualities are sometimes very minutely exhibited in living beings, but they are fully manifested in Supreme Personality of Godhead.
So these 50 qualities, as we discussed, in Jiva Tattva, they are very minutely exhibited, but they are exhibited in fullest in Lord Shri Krishna. Purport, read Mataji.
This purport by Srila Prabhupada, Jai Srila Prabhupada, this verse is found in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, 2.1.30. Living entities are part and parcels of the Supreme Personality of Godhead. As Lord Krishna states in the Bhagavad Gita 15.7, Mamsavyoma
Mamaivaamshu jeevaloke.
Mamaivamshe Jivaloke Jivabhuta Sanadanaha Mana Sastrayendriyani Prakritikshan Stani Karshati. The living entities in this conditioned world are by eternal fragmental parts. Due to conditioned life, they are struggling very hard with the six senses, which include the mind. The qualities of Krishna are present in the living entities in minute atomic quantities. A small portion of gold is certainly gold, but it cannot be equal to a gold mine. Similarly, the living entities have all the characteristics of the Supreme Personality of Godhead in minute quantity, but the living entity is never equal to the Supreme Personality of Godhead. God is therefore described as the Supreme Being, and the living entities is described as a Jiva. God is described as the Supreme Being, the chief of all living beings, because he is supplying the necessities of all others. Eko Bahunamyo Vidhatati Kaman. The Mayavatis maintain that everyone is God. But even if this philosophy is accepted, no one can maintain that everyone is equal to the Supreme Godhead in every respect. Only unintelligent man maintain that everyone is equal to God or that everyone is God. Haribol, thank you, Madhya.
So here one more thing that comes to this is whether we are equal to God, not equal to God. We are qualitatively same, but quantitatively we are totally different. So Achintya Veda Tattva, which Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has brought about, is the best, is the just perfect Tattva. Because if we say we are equal to, if we are not same as God, then we cannot say we are not equal to God, because we have the qualities of the Supreme Lord also. And if we say we are equal, then we are not equal, because we do not have it in full extent. We are qualitatively same but quantitatively different. So that is the tattva which has brought about by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. And that is what is mentioned here is every living in minute atomic quantities, very small quantity we are having it. But qualitatively, same is like a drop of water, or like a small portion of gold is certainly gold, but it's not equal to a gold mine. Like a drop of water, ocean water, is salty, and entire ocean is also salty. A drop of water cannot be compared to the entire ocean. So that is the analogy that always Prabhupada uses. So only unintelligent maintain that everyone is equal to God, or that everyone is God. No, we are only qualitatively, in minute qualitatively, we are equal to God. Qualitatively in minute quantity. Dr. K. Karpogavalli Mataji.
Thank you, Mataji. Dandatna.
Dandavats.
2378. Ata pancha guna yesur amsen giri sadisu. Translation by Prabhupada ki jai. Apart from these 50 qualities, there are 5 other qualities found in the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and they are partially present in demigods like Shiva. This verse and the following 7 verses are also found in Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.1 37 to 44. Thank you, Mother.
Hare Krishna.
Shall I continue?
No, she will now Kishori Mataji.
Okay, thank you.
हरे कृष्ण माता जी दंडवत प्रणाम
Dandavats.
मत सदा स्वरूपा संप्रताप प्रताप प्राप्त
Samprapta.
हो यस माता जी सदा स्वरूपा संप्राप्तः सर्वजेनो नित्यानुतनः सच
Sarvagno Nitya Nutana.
सर्वज्ञो
Sarvagno
नित्यानुतनः सच्चित आनंदा
Sandranga.
Sandragna.
You want to read only
Mataji,
the
can you sing? I
translation?
sing after you.
Okay. Sachidananda Sandranga.
Sachidananda Sandranga
Sarva Siddhi Nishevita.
Sarva Siddhi Nishevitaha
Atochyante Guna Pancha.
Athochente Guna Pancha
Ye Lakshmi Sadivartina.
ये लक्ष्मी सादिवर्तिनः
अविचिन्त्य महाशक्ति
अविचिन्त्य महाशक्ति
कोटिब्रह्माण्ड विग्रह
कोटिब्रह्माण्डविग्रहः
अवतारवाली बीजम्
अवतारावलि बीजम्
हतारी गतिदायकः
हतारी गतिदायकः
आत्मरामा गणाकर्षिति
आत्मरामागणाकर्षति
अमी कृष्णे किलाद्भुतः.
अमी कृष्णे किलाद्भुतः. Thank you, Mataji.
Yes, great translation.
Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. These qualities are first, the Lord is always situated in his original position. Second, he is omniscience. Third, he is fresh and youthful. Fourth, he is the concentrated form of eternity, knowledge and bliss. And fifth, he is the possessors of all mystic perfection. There are another 5 qualities which exist in the Vaikuntha planets in Narayana, the Lord of Lakshmi. These qualities are also present in Krishna, but they are not present in demigods like Lord Shiva or in other living entities. There are first, the Lord presents inconceivable supreme power. Second, he generates innumerable universes from his body. Third, he is the original source of all incarnations. Fourth, he bestows salvation upon enemies. He kills, and fifth, he has the ability to attract exalted persons who are satisfied in themselves. Although these qualities are present in Narayana, the dominating deity of the Vaikuntha planets, they are even more wonderfully present in Krishna. Hare Krishna,
So
Mataji. Thank you.
here the 50 qualities were over. 50 to 55, that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. The initial 5 qualities are specifically in Lord Shiva. They are definitely in Lord Krishna, but they are not in the Jiva Shaktis. That is, he is situated in his original position. He is omniscient. He is always fresh and youthful. He is concentrated form of eternal knowledge and bliss, and is the possessor of all mystic perfection. So these are specific for Lord Shiva. That means which are not in us, only in Lord Shiva, and which are in more deeper concentrated quantity in Lord Krishna anyways. And the next 5 which are not in Lord Shiva, next 5 they are in Lord Narayana. That is, one is Lord possesses inconceivably supreme power. He generates innumerable universes from his body. We know that Lord Vishnu, as Karanodakshaya Vishnu, in every breath produces different universes from every pore of his body. He is the original source of all incarnations. He bestows salvation upon enemies he kills. And that is so, this is also present in Lord Krishna also. And it is told that when all the Kurukshetra warriors who died in the Kurukshetra war field, by seeing Krishna, they all attained liberation. He has the ability to attract exalted persons who are satisfied in themselves. That is, means now Lord Shiva is also satisfied in himself, but he has the ability to attract him also. Mohini Murti, like that we know. So these are the special 5 qualities which are present in Lord Narayana, but they are more wonderfully present in Lord Krishna anyways. Like that. Who wants to read? Lalit Mataji, yes.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
सर्वाद्भूत चमत्कारा लीला कल्लोल वारिधिः अतुल्य मधुरा प्रेम मंडित प्रिय मंडलः त्रिजगन्मानसाकाशी मुरलीकल कूजितः असमानो असमानोर्ध्वरूप श्री विस्मापित चराचरः. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Apart from these 60 transcendental qualities, Krishna has an additional 4 transcendental qualities, which are not manifested even in the personality of Narayana. They are, Krishna is like an ocean filled with waves of pastimes that evoke wonder within everyone in the 3 worlds. Second, in his activities of conjugal love, he is always surrounded by his dear devotees who possess unequaled love for him. Third, he attracts the minds of all 3 worlds with the melodious vibration of his flute. Fourth, his personal beauty and opulence are beyond compare. No one is equal to him and no one is greater than him. Thus, the personality of Godhead astonishes all living entities, both moving and non-moving, within the three worlds. He is so beautiful that he is called Krishna.
So it is his Lila Madhuri, his Rupa Madhuri, his Guna Madhuri, and his Venu Madhuri. That is the Rupa Madhuri is his fourth one, his personal beauty. Then his Venu Madhuri is his third one. He attracts the mind of all three worlds through his vibration of his flute. That is Venu Madhuri. And Guna Madhuri is the first one. Krishna is like filled with waves of pastimes that evoke wonder within everyone. Guna Madhuri, Rupa Madhuri, Lila. He is in his activities of conjugal love. He is always surrounded by his dear devotees who possess unequal love. So Rupa, Lila, Guna, and Venu Madhuri. These are the four special qualities which only Krishna has and no one else has. So that makes him even more beautiful, even more attractive. Yes, purport Mataji.
Yeah. Hare Krishna Mataji. Purport by Sri Divine Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Mayavadi philosophers who have a poor fund of knowledge simply dismiss the subject of explaining that Krishna means black. Not understanding the qualities of Krishna, these atheistic rascals do not accept him as the supreme personality of Godhead. Although the Lord is described and accepted by great personalities, acharyas, and sages, the Mayavadis still do not appreciate him. Unfortunately, at the present moment, human society is so degraded that people cannot even provide themselves with life's daily necessities. Yet they are captivated by Mayavadi philosophers and are being misled. According to Bhagavad Gita, simply by understanding Krishna, one can get free from the cycle of birth and death. Tyaktva deham punarjanma naiti mam yeti so Arjuna. Unfortunately, this great science of Krishna consciousness has been impeded by Mayavadi philosophers who are opposed to the personality of Krishna. Those who are preaching this Krishna consciousness movement must try to understand Krishna from the statements given in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu, the nectar of devotion.
So everything that we are supposed to know, what we need to know about Krishna are present in these literatures, and it's just up to us to just go through it. And first, by simply by hearing, we get purified, and then understanding the beauty, the greatness, and that Supreme Lord is so much available to us in this through this simple process of Krishna consciousness, and how we can make the best use of it, and we can go back to Him and serve Him eternally. So this is the kind of concept that is propagated by Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and in parampara that comes to us through Srila Prabhupada. And we, when we hear and when we get to read this, we should consider ourselves as very fortunate and do our best in this process to make our own lives successful. Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji, Pranam. लील प्रेम्णा प्रियाधिक्यं माधुर्यं वेणुरूपयो इति असाधारणं प्रोक्तं गोविन्दस्य चतुष्टयम् एवं गुणश्चतुर्भेदश्चतुष्षष्टि उदारता. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Above Narayana, Krishna has four specific transcendental qualities: his wonderful pastimes, an abundance of wonderful associates who are very dear to him, like the gopis, his wonderful beauty, and the wonderful vibration of his flute. Lord Krishna is more exalted than ordinary living beings and demigods like Lord Shiva. He is even more exalted than his personal expansion, Narayana. In all, the Supreme Personality of Godhead has 64 transcendental qualities in full. Thank you, Mataji.
Yeah. So again, this is what we again just all the four qualities: Rupa Madhurya, Lila Madhurya, Venu Madhurya, Guna Madhurya. About that again, it has been mentioned. So through references from different various scriptures, Krishna's Kaviraj Goswami brings through the point that how Krishna is the supremely wonderful, supremely attractive. Krishna Murti Prabhuji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
अनंत गुण श्री राधिकारा पांचशा प्रधाना ये गौनेर वासा हय कृष्ण भगवान.
Somebody is also new on unmute. Please mute. Padma. Someone else is also on. Yes.
Translation by Sri Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada ki jai. Similarly, Srimati Radharani has unlimited transcendental qualities, of which 25 are in principle. Sri Krishna is controlled by the transcendental qualities of Srimati Radharani. Hare
So
Krishna.
now the speciality comes that Krishna, the possessor of all the 64 qualities in its unlimited quantity. So that kind of personality is Lord Krishna, which it's very difficult to comprehend. Now Srimati Radharani has another 25 qualities, and this Krishna is attracted to that qualities, and he is not able to understand that what is the depth of that qualities which Srimati Radharani is having. So that is also one of the reason that why Lord Krishna appears as Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, to understand the glories and the sweetness of that special qualities of Lord Shri or of Srimati Radharani, and what is that she goes through when she sees Krishna. So these 25 qualities of Lord of Srimati Radharani bewilders Krishna, and he is not able to completely comprehend. Although he is the Rasa Raja, he is Rasa Raja, but when it comes to Srimati Radharani, he is completely bewildered. He is like he cannot get through it, and he is completely attracted to Srimati Radharani. Arun Gupta Prabhu.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
अथा वृन्दावनेश्वर्यः कीर्त्यन्ते प्रवरा गुणः माधुर्यं नवव्यास चाला नवव्यास माधुरेयं नवव्यास चलापान्गोज्ज्वलस्मितः चारु सौभाग्यरेखाद्य गन्धोन्मादितमाधव संगीता अभिज्ञा प्रसराभिज्ञ रम्या वानर्मपण्डिता विनीता करुणापूर्णा विदग्धा पातावान्विता विदग्धपत्पातान्विता लज्जाशीलसुमर्यादा धैर्यगाम्भीर्यशालिनी सुविलासमहाभाव परमोत्कर्षतर्शिनी गोकुलप्रेमवसतिर् जगच्छ्रेणीलसद्यसः गुरु अर्पिता गुरुस्नेह साखी प्रणयितावसा सखी प्रणयितावसा कृष्णा प्रियावली मुखिया शान्ताश्रवकेशव सन्तता सन्तास्ततश्रवकेशव बहुना किं गुणास्तस्य संख्यातीता हरेरिव. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Srimati Radharani's 25 chief transcendental qualities are: she is very sweet, she is always freshly youthful, her eyes are restless, she smiles brightly, she has beautiful auspicious lines, she makes Krishna happy with her bodily aroma, she is very expert in singing, her speech is charming, she is very expert in joking and speaking pleasantly, she is very humble and meek, she is always full of mercy, she is cunning, she is expert in executing her duties, she is shy, she is always respectful, she is always calm, she is always grave, she is expert in enjoying life, she is situated at the topmost level of ecstatic love, she is the reservoir of loving affairs in Gokula, she is the most famous of submissive devotees, she is very affectionate to elderly people, she is very submissive to the love of her friends, she is the chief gopi, she always keeps Krishna under her control. In short, she possesses unlimited transcendental qualities, just as Lord Krishna does.
Super.
But these verses are found in the Ujjwala Nilamani Sri Radha Prakarna 11 to
So
15.
these qualities charm Krishna so much. So much he gets completely defeated by Srimati Radharani's charming nature. So these are her, see, it is like humble, meek, and grave and beautiful. All this, and she's most humble. And because in our unfortunate lives, we have one small quality, we may have a little more, or sometimes it may appear to be a little more, and immediately we get proud about it. So that pride is still, it is always within us, and sometimes it just attacks us. But with all this, she is humble, meek, grave, beautiful, affectionate, merciful. all these qualities just conquer the heart of Lord Shri Krishna. Shobha Mataji.
Pranams Mataji, text number
Hare Krishna.
92.
92.
नायका नायिका धुहिरा सेरा आलंबना सेयी धुई श्रेष्ठ राधा ब्रजेंद्र नंदना. Translation by A.C. Bhaktivedanta Prabhupada Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The basis of all transcendental mellows is the hero and the heroine, and Srimati Radharani and Lord Krishna, the son of Maharaja Nanda, are the best.
These are the real hero and heroines. Otherwise, whatever hero heroines we see in this world are all simply an imitating hero heroines. The real hero heroines are Lord Shri Krishna and Srimati Radharani. Sumati Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Hare Krishna.
Eyi mata dasye dasa sakye sakha gana vatsalye mata pita ashraya lambhana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Just as Lord Krishna and Srimati Radharani are the object and shelter of the mellow of conjugal love, respectively, so in the mellow of servitorship, Krishna, the son of Maharaja Nanda, is the object, and servants like Chitraka, Raktaka, and Patraka are the shelter. Similarly, in the transcendental mellow of friendship, Lord Krishna is the object, and friends like Sridama, Sudama, and Subala are the shelter. In the transcendental mellow of parental affection, Krishna is the object, and Mother Yashoda and Maharaja Nanda are the shelter. Hare
So
Krishna.
here one thing is, we know in English we know something called a subject and there is this object. So for all the rasas, the object is Krishna. The sadhya, the goal is Krishna. The purpose is Krishna. The end is Krishna. Everything is Krishna in all the rasas. So in the Shanta rasa, that is servitorship, Chitraka, Patraka, Raktaka, these are the different objects, which are the different subjects, and they Chatra are the shelter. Similarly, means they take shelter of Krishna, or they are the subjects, but the object, the main is Krishna. Their service is to Krishna. Their service is to Krishna. And when it comes to the Sakhya Rasa, similarly it is Sridama, Sudama and Subala, because they exchange that Sakhya Prema with Lord Krishna. And in Vatsalya Rasa, it is Yashoda or Nanda. That is what has been explained. Nonetheless, its always object is Sri Krishna only. Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. Ei rasa anubhave yaiche bhaktagana yaiche rasa haya suna tahara lakshana. Translation by Srila Prabhupada. Now here how the meadows appear and how they are realized by the devotees on different transcendental platforms. Thank you, Mataji. Hare Krishna.
Yes. Sumati, you want to read?
Hare Krishna Mataji.
Yes.
Bhakti निर्धूतदोषाणां प्रसन्नोज्ज्वलचेतसां श्रीभागवतरक्तानां रसिकासङ्गरङ्गिणां जीवनीभूतगोविन्द पादभक्तिसुखश्रियां प्रेमान्तरङ्गभूतानि कृत्यानि तिष्ठताम् भक्तानां हृदि राजन्ति संस्कारयुगलोज्ज्वला रतिरानन्दरूपैव नियमाना तुरस्यतां कृष्णादिभिर्विभावाद्यै गतैरनुभवाध्वनि प्रौधानन्दाश्चमत्कार काष्ठाम् आपद्यते पराम्. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. For those who are completely washed of all material contamination by pure devotional service, who are always satisfied and brightly enlightened in the heart, who are always attached to understanding the transcendental meaning of Srimad Bhagavatam, who are always eager to associate with advanced devotees, whose happiness in the service of the lotus feet of Govinda is their very life, who always discharge the confidential activities of love for such advanced devotees, who are by nature situated in bliss, The seed of love, rati, is expanded in the heart by previous and current reformatory processes. Thus, the mixture of ecstatic ingredients becomes tasty, and being within the perception of the devotee reaches the highest platform of wonder and deep bliss. Purport: these verses are found in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu
So one who is
2.1.
engaged in devotional service, one who is engaged in pure devotional service and who has purified himself can actually relish it and mixture of exciting ingredients becomes tasty, and being within the perception of it, still being a devotee, not necessary a personality of the spiritual world. In this material world only, perception of devotee reaches the highest platform of wonder and deep bliss. These were experienced by the Shadgo Swamis. These were experienced by the different associates of Lord Chaitanya. And it would, means that time they apparently lived in this material world, but they were always in transcendental bliss. So because they have dedicated their life completely into the service of Lord Govinda in their very life. So by discharging such devotional service, they are able to uh, live in that kind of a spiritual bliss even in this material world. Padma Mataji.
Hare Krishna. रस आस्वादन ही अभक्तेरा गना कृष्ण भक्त गना करे रस आस्वादन. Translation by Srila Prabhupada ki jai. The exchange between Krishna and different devotees situated in different transcendental menus is not to be experienced by non-devotees. Advanced devotees can understand and appreciate the different varieties of devotional service reciprocated with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Thank you, Mataji.
So these things will be clearly fully appreciated by the advanced devotees who have perfected their life in pure devotional service. They can appreciate it, but non-devotees cannot understand it at all. Sudha Mataji.
Hare Krishna Mataji. सर्वतैव दुरोहोऽयम् अभक्तैर्भगवत्रसा तत्पदाम्बुजसरस्वै भक्तैरेवानुरस्यते. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Non-devotees cannot understand the exchange of transcendental mellows between the devotees and the Lord. In all respects, this is very difficult to understand, but one who has dedicated everything to the lotus feet of Krishna can taste the transcendental mellows. Purport: this verse is also found in the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu 2.5.131. Thank you.
So it is only one dedicated devotees who have served Lord Krishna to the fullest extent, engaged in pure devotional service, can able to understand these transcendental ecstasies. They may not be personally experiencing because we are all Jiva Tattvas, we can have only minute qualities. But by service, we can appreciate it and we can understand what has been spoken. And we can well relate to the spiritual ecstasies of what is exhibited by the different devotees in different rasas, although we are not in that position right now. Yes, Lalita Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी.
Yes.
संक्षेपे कहिलु यही प्रयोजन विवरण पंचम पुरुषार्थ ए कृष्ण प्रेम धना. Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada. Srila Prabhupada ki jai. This brief description is an elaboration of the ultimate goal of life. Indeed, this is the fifth and ultimate goal, which is beyond the platform of liberation. It is called Krishna Premadana, the treasure of love for Krishna.
So the chapter's name is Life's Ultimate Goal, and this is a brief description of the ultimate goal of life is to engage, to understand Krishna, to understand the love of Krishna towards his devotees, to understand the qualities of Srimati Radharani, what it means, and to reciprocate with Lord Shri Krishna and Srimati Radharani in whichever position we are. Understanding we are always a servant of the servant of the servants. So Krishnera Nitya Jivera Swarupa Krishnera Nitya Das. So this is called Krishna Premadhana, the treasure of love for Krishna. Let's see what is it next one. Otherwise, we'll stop here. Okay. this one more will read. Yes, Lalita Mataji.
हरे कृष्ण माताजी। पूर्वे प्रयागे आमी रसिर विचारे तुम्हारा भाई रूपे कैरो शक्ति संचारे। Translation by His Divine Grace Srila Prabhupada, Srila Prabhupada ki jai. Previously, I empowered your brother Rupa Goswami to understand these mellows. I did this while instructing him at the Dashaswamedha Ghata in Prayaga. Hare Krishna
So
Mataji.
we know that how Rupa Goswami had met Lord Chaitanya in Prayag at Dashashwamedha Ghat for 10 days. Lord Chaitanya had instructed Rupa Goswami. So it is Rupa Goswami's work of the Ujjvala Neelamani or Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu, all which was now spoken, that these verses present in Bhakti Rasa Amrita Sindhu or Ujjvala Neelamani. These are the works of Rupa Goswami, literary works of Rupa Goswami. Now, then Mahaprabhu moves and he reaches Varanasi, and at Varanasi he instructs Sanatana Goswami for 2 months, life's ultimate goal. And during that time, so he says that all this, the depth of this science was explained to Rupa Goswami, to your brother, in Prayaga. So Krishnaraj Kaviraj Goswami in this narration brings about those verses, because these are the same instructions, similar instructions which Lord Chaitanya gave to Rupa Goswami, and now has been spoken to Sanatana Goswami. So to connect them, Kaviraj Goswami brings so many verses from the different scriptures of Rupa Goswami, that which explains to what essentially Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is telling to Sanatana Goswami in respect to this topic actually. So here Mahaprabhu is now mentioning that all these things I've actually spoken to Rupa Goswami also. With that, we will stop here, and thank you very much. Hare Krishna. Vancha kalpatarubhyascha kripa sindhubhayeva cha patitanam pavanebhyo vaishnavebhyo ananta koti vaishnava
की जय श्री प्रभुपाद की जय।
Hare
Jai.
Krishna.
Hare
Hare
Krishna.
Krishna
Thank you,
Mataji.
Mataji.
Thank you,
Nice class.
Mataji. Pranams.
Wonderful
Hare
explanation,
Krishna.
Mataji. Thank you. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.